Good morning, Starshine. This is Smadar from Song of Stones. And I am here today with three very, very special crystal clusters. So there's a lot that's special with these crystals, and I'll take you through. So first of all, these clusters have been here for a while. I've been wanting to show them to you, but it just never seemed to be the right moment. And then suddenly this morning I found myself holding them and hearing them singing, and as I was looking at them, they're quite gorgeous, and they're very flat on top. They don't, like some clusters will stand up very high. So clusters like this I love to bring together with other crystals to lay on top. I know some people call it a charging plate when they do things like that, and they use the crystal charging plates to charge other crystals. And that's great if that's what you want to do. I work with the crystals in a little bit different way. I see them as conscious beings. So when I bring them together, I bring them together in co-creation at their guidance. So but there's no wrong way to do it, so don't mistake what I'm saying for judgment, because it certainly is not, and the crystals do not judge. They're very open, magical beings, and they'll work with you in many, many different ways. So having said that, I wanted to bring attention to the other side of the crystals. Every single one of these sparkles really beautiful beneath the surface. Underneath these gorgeous clusters is more gorgeousness, more sparkle, more light. They actually sparkle more underneath than they do above. They're not exactly what you'd call very sparkly crystals on top. They're beautiful. They're just not very sparkly. I'm sure if they were polished, they would sparkle, but these are very raw. So there's that. But what happened this morning when I picked them up to share them with you is I started to see sheep. And I don't know if you were going to see the same thing as me, but that's what I was getting. That's what I was receiving. It started with one, and then I noticed on the other one, and the littlest one, I didn't see it until just now, and now I do. So what does that mean? We had a whale crystal that I've been talking about for a couple of weeks. And I hope you guys are not getting sick of me bringing the same crystal over and over again. There's purpose in me doing that. I want to show you how many different ways and how much magic there is in one crystal, rather than receiving a certain message from a crystal or looking at a certain crystal for its particular metaphysical properties. I wanted to invite you guys to open up and expand your perspective on the crystals and know that there's more to them. There's always more to them. So whatever magic you're receiving from the crystals, there's always more. And that was my purpose in sharing the whale crystal so often, because there was just so much to that crystal. And this morning as well to show you all the different aspects of this crystal and how I lost my train of thought because I was starting to talk about the sheep aspect of these crystals and what it means. So sometimes a crystal will have another energy besides its crystalline energy. Sometimes you'll get crystals that have angels and fairies living in them, and sometimes you'll have crystals that form in the shape of animals, like the whale crystal that I showed you and these sheep crystals. And the whale crystal may have been more obvious than the sheep ones. I didn't notice it. I had them here for a very long time, and I never noticed until just today. And I feel that's because I wasn't supposed to notice until today, or the crystals weren't emanating out that energy until today. And I feel like it's the latter. And it's like that sometimes. The crystals are portals sometimes, maybe all the time, to other beings. And they're reflectors of our own beauty and truth. So today, in this moment, and perhaps forever, sheep is present in these crystals. And the fact that they are clusters, that they're family crystals, is very synchronistic. Because sheep represent unity and harmony and group energy. There's a lot to sheep medicine, and for instance, they're known for, that medicine is known for purity and divine light and devotion and gentleness, peacefulness and gentleness. But where I was led with these crystals when I was exploring their medicine was to the mythological story of Jason. Well, okay, I'm going to say it's the mythological story of Jason and the Golden Fleece. But what I discovered is that scientists have now found that evidence to show that that story was not myth, that there was basis for it as a factual telling. And where the story led me, and what the article I came across said, was that, I'm going to see if I can remember, but don't quote me. I encourage you to go and research it out yourself. But what they discovered was this place, and I don't remember the name of the place, where Jason went to find the Golden Fleece. It was known as a city of gold. It was there was gold in the rivers in the city, and they used to use the sheepskin to filter out the gold. And the Golden Fleece was sheepskin that was imprinted with gold from its use collecting gold. So along with all the other aspects of the sheep energy and the crystal family energy, the cluster energy. There's this aspect that is about collecting wealth, collecting gold, and that can be, material wealth. It could be spiritual wealth. It could be wisdom. It depends on how you see it. And it could be both. It can be both. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Material wealth is not lower than spiritual wealth. It's just different. Because ultimately all is light. But we're not going to go into that. I just wanted to introduce you to these crystals and show you how when you are listening, they'll guide you and they'll show you what it is that they need to show you. So these crystals are going to be here for those who are working with group energy and who are, perhaps it's going to be for someone who is creating a group or organizing a group or somehow bringing people together. And then there's the aspect of filtering out the gold from this group energy. Perhaps this is what the person who is going to end up with one or all of these crystals does that. Brings groups together and brings out their magic and their sparkle and their richness. So you are welcome to get in touch with me if you are feeling drawn to any of these crystals, and I will be happy to help you connect with them. And in the meantime, I am sending you so much love and light coming your way. I hope you can feel that. Lots of blessings, dear one.